Hello and welcome to the High or Lows podcast, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the world of Taraz. I'm Philip Martin, your dungeon master, and with me is, back from one episode absence, Mimbo Wang.
Hi, everyone.
Next up, we've got Lizzie McPherson.
Hey, lovelies.
In the middle, we've got Laurie Crawford.
We're all here, hooray!
Over the hump, we got Daniel Fletcher.
Yo.
And last but not least, we got Meeraiya.
Howdy.
Okay, so previously on the High or Lows podcast, the crew began at a crossroads in the Dwarven ruins and decided to go east towards the sound of mining, which could be heard from when they first began in this area. As they proceeded quietly towards the sounds, it appeared they had been detected when the sounds of mining quickly changed to the sounds of battle. However, the group continued to stealthily advance towards the fray, deciding that caution was preferable to valor in this instance. When they finally saw the battle happening in front of them, it appeared that several zombified dwarves were engaged in a fight with large green insectoid creatures, which some of the group recognized as ankegs. Baracus, Tweak, and Thistle noticed some similarities between her and these undead dwarves, at which point Baracus made the decision to charge and join the fray. The monstrous creatures proved dangerous with their acid spit abilities, but proved no match for the combined might of the group and the dwarves. After the melee, Thistle and Tweak were able to communicate with the leader of the dwarves using a combination of Draconic and Goblin languages, and he was identified as Drunkus Stone Smasher, and he explained that his brother had just been taken by the Ankegs and requested the group engage the Ankegs, seek the return of his brother in exchange for some shiny things. During the course of this exchange, the group noticed Chuck had disappeared, and they sent Candle to find and retrieve him. And this is where we'll begin, with the group figuring out their next move. So, we are just going to do a quick jump over to Chuck. So, remember, you weren't there last episode.
Sure.
But you were in the back, sort of, the Candle was just in front of you, and then the fight happened, and then you're fairly sneaky, so you sort of snuck off to the side. But what happened was, you were distracted by, you saw some sort of spectral vision running down the crossroads, and it was running from the southern tunnel up towards the northern tunnel.
Okay.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Sure. Can someone roll for me? Just quickly, my roll 20 is still loading.
Sure, I can roll for you. I got a 3 on the dice.
-1.
Yeah, you don't know what this was, but it seemed to be in a hurry moving north.
Okay. Will I presumably follow it?
Yes, you do. So, you start going north, and then when you start and you turn north, you can see that it's quite far ahead of you, but you can see this spectral vision right on the edge of your vision.
Okay, so that'd be like 60 feet, because I've got 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me another perception check. Am I rolling this again?
Yeah, you're rolling it again.
8, with a 9 on the dice.
Which is,
So, even with that, they seem short and well armored, and well armed and armored, but they're just sort of standing there. They seem to be catching their breath but they look like they only pause for a second and ready to move on soon. What do you do?
I mean, how far am I out now?
You're sort of gone about, you've gone back to the crossroads. You're back at the crossroads now. The group are probably at least 100 feet away.
So I didn't chase down the spectral form?
It's sort of taking a breath 60 feet ahead of you in this hallway.
Okay, well then I'm gonna try to approach a little bit closer. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself first, though.
Okay, you cast invisibility on yourself, and you start proceeding towards this thing. You get a little bit closer, and then it starts taking off again north.
Very quickly, or like?
Fairly quickly, but not. You could move faster.
Yeah, I'm gonna move faster.
Yeah, if you move faster, you can definitely keep up with this person or even catch up to them.
I want to get closer and see what it is.
Okay, give me another perception check.
Okay, I can roll this one. Oh wow, natural one.
Natural one. Yeah, you're not sure. You can't quite get a good look at it as you're running. It doesn't seem to notice you making any sound or anything.
Mm-hmm.
As it continues north, like you've probably chased this thing for a few hundred feet now, probably 250 feet.
Yep.
Like chasing it down this tunnel. And then it proceeds to go down some stairs. Give me one more perception check.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay, even with 11, I'll give you this one. So you notice running into a room. It goes down some stairs, and this room ahead you can notice is just filled. It's on the edge of your vision, isn't it? Filled with water. It doesn't make any sound as it starts stepping through the water and continuing on.
Is there any way that I could try to roll to figure out what the spectral form might be?
Give me a religion check.
I'm actually not bad at a religion. So, 8.
8. Even with an 8, you're not 100% sure whether this is a creature or just an illusion. Or something, or it might just some sort of apparition. It could be a creature, it could be a ghost going somewhere with some unfinished business, or it could be something else in some sort of somewhat spectral or light form, or something you don't recognize because you don't know everything. But it might also just be some sort of spectra, like an apparition or an illusion.
Okay. And I'm a couple of 100 feet away from the others now, right?
At this point, you're probably about 400 feet away from them.
Okay. I don't think I'd probably keep following at this point. I'd probably go back.
Okay. Give me another perception check.
Ooh. 18.
Okay, this time, as you're coming back, you noticed Candle in the dark waiting in the hall, sort of like tracking your footprints, and sort of squinting up ahead, not being able to see you, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'll indicate I'm here so I don't get shot accidentally.
What are you doing, kid? Shouldn't run away like that. Bad
saw
things
some
can
movement.
happen. What'd you see?
Some kind of ghost or illusion running that way. And there's a room filled with water.
Alright, man. Lots of things like sometimes can lurk in the water, so we should probably leave it until we get the others.
Yeah, that's the same. I was thinking the same. We've had quite a few unfortunate encounters in the water.
Yeah. I reckon let's get back.
Will do.
And you guys can make it back to the group. And this would pretty much be like right as you're sort of finishing your conversation with Drunkus Stone Smasher.
Yeah, so I'm back. Hey guys,
Where have you been?
chasing down a ghost.
Interesting. Come over here. I want to introduce you to my new friend.
Drunken
Sure.
Stone Smash.
What does her new friend look like?
It looks like a dwarf, which you've seen before now, but looks somewhat zombified. Quite zombified, I should say, actually.
He's like me. He doesn't eat, he doesn't drink, and he doesn't sleep. And he speaks Draconic like me.
Sounds like useful qualities.
Very useful. Chuck, meet Drunkus.
Is that because he's always drunk?
I don't know. We've only just met.
Okay, fair enough. Good day.
He's here's a good one. Are you still invisible, Chuck?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm still invisible.
So I suppose a couple of the group can see you maybe sometimes if you're close enough. The group are just sort of sitting and lazing around right now. But Drunkers will just go, I cannot see. And this is in Draconic.
Well, I don't speak Draconic, so it just sounds like gibberish to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you speak Goblin?
Well, I cannot speak Goblin.
Okay.
Well, you can rest here and go get my brother when you're done.
Was that also in Draconic?
Yeah.
He wants us to go get his brother.
Great. You speak Draconic, I assume.
No, I speak Goblin.
But he's not speaking in Goblin, so how can you understand him?
Oh, because I know what he wants, because we've already spoken in Goblin. Try and keep up.
You have an awful lot of Goblin qualities for a not Goblin.
Oh, I can speak Goblin at least.
But while this is all going on, I might have started whittling that shield a bit more.
Yeah, you can take your short rest, but you can't, like, you can put in a few things unless you are not actually rolling hit dice.
Oh no, I'm rolling, but I'm really just
Tinkering
like
away.
whittling it, like not really carving it per se.
Can we roll his dice or not yet?
Yep, you can roll some hit dice. That's all good. Nothing seems to be coming to attack you. The fight is over.
Now I'm back to using all my hit die. Only got one back from the last long rest.
Well, that didn't take very long. Oh, you got 2 fights in.
Yeah. I've still got my second wind, so I might save that.
Well, yeah, so you can all roll hit dice if you would like, and decide how you want to proceed. So essentially you climb down these sort of stone stairs that became sort of carved in stone, or a mixture of dirt and stone stairs. You're in sort of this open area, probably sort of like 80 by 60 feet across, and you've got about 13 different zombified dwarves there, including Drunkus. And then there is a path leading away. Seems to be heading southeast.
I guess while we're resting, probably get a bit of info on the brother. So I'd probably ask Thistle or Tweak to ask him where he was taken. Was he taken down to that tunnel in the south, pointing back to the crossroads?
I'll translate it, and I'll also ask does he have any belongings or something of his brother's that could probably help us on our quest.
Don't have no belongings, but they must have gone in the wider tunnels out to the east. They don't normally come here in such big numbers, but maybe something got them riled up. We can usually block them with some stone to stop them from coming in such numbers, but there's definitely a nest out there somewhere. The nest might be too much for all of you, though, but as long as you can thin out the numbers, and we can figure out a plan for the nest later.
Well, we can always try to help in the
Indeed.
best way that we can.
Yes, indeed. But I would appreciate me brother.
Why does this creature want his brother back? Have you asked directly why he's so concerned?
He's told us. He says, he says that his brother's the only person that speaks, and he needs company.
Company.
Yes, it's a speaking partner. Somebody that he can talk to. I guess that means a lot if you're down here with people that can't speak.
And he's seemingly family, so why wouldn't he?
Company. Or a zombie. Just go back to my reading the Dwarven book. Kind of thinking about that.
We should probably show him that book, see if he can translate anything or give us a gist of exactly what it is.
Might as well.
Excuse
Hand
me,
it over.
could you help us understand exactly what this book is for? It's all in Dwarven.
I ain't really much of a reader. Not really. Never really figured it out since I was more of a minor. Know what a few of the words are. Maybe Drunkus is a little. Subrus is a little bit better. If you
Do
got
you,
him back, we might be able to figure out a few things. I'm happy to help you.
do you speak Dwarven?
I do speak Dwarven. I'm not much of a reader in a general sense, no.
It strikes me as odd as you. I guess we can only speak Draconic and Goblin. You speak 3 languages and you can't read your own tongue.
Never figured out reading really. Wasn't really needed for mining so much. Just a strong arm, patience.
Fair enough.
I am curious as to how you enter the state that you're in right now.
How do you say? He doesn't actually. You have to get someone to translate that.
I translate it. How did you become all undead?
Oh, I don't know. I remember dying. Kind of sometimes. Flashes. I remember I was dead. And then I remember waking up. And some of my brothers and workers and cousins, we all woke up too. And wasn't much to do. Things are a bit different. So we tidied up the place a little bit, but not much we could do. So we just got back to mining. And then things started coming in, more of the crawlies. We ain't really the fighting type, but we know how to swing an axe or a pickaxe. You all look more like the fighting type than us. But I still don't think you'd be up for the main nest. I reckon it's too big for you, but I don't think I don't know, see how you go. Hopefully they haven't taken Subrus there already. But like I say, we just woke up. Things were different. Memories were patchy, but sometimes they come in flashes. Things had moved around. We cleaned up a little bit and then just got back to mining. Nothing much else we could do.
Well, we best be off and look for your brother.
Right. I wouldn't worry too much about the first 3 tunnels. First couple on the left and first one on the right. Those aren't too deep. They're just little mining offshoots we use. Sometimes we'll bunk down there, not that we can sleep. We just sit, stare. Sometimes we'll close our eyes. Some of the fellas don't even have that anymore. They'll just sit, stare.
I translate verbatim.
So basically he explains the first couple of tunnels on the left and one on the right. You could go down, but like there's not, they're just like they're not the deep tunnels. He says, best be going further east. I reckon that's where they seem to come from. We don't send people out there anymore.
Any creatures that we need to be aware of in this place or in the tunnels further?
Mostly just the Ankegs have this place. The big sprayers. Upwards, sometimes coming from where you come from, we got the crawlers. But we can usually fight them back. In days past, there were all sorts of things coming in. There used to be many more of us back in the day. But we faded. Sometimes there's the flying suckers. But they ain't too bad, unless you get swarmed by them. And they don't seem to have too much interest in us these days. But they'll still defend themselves. I don't know what else is out there. I have memories patchy of the old times. Just flashes.
Well, I am ready to go on an adventure again.
You guys done talking?
Yeah, I think we got all the information we can get, and I think he'll have a bit more of a peace of mind once we return his brother if we can.
Yep. Sounds good.
Now, Chuck, for your benefit, you are invisible, but invisibility lasts 1 hour, and these people are taking a short rest. So, if your invisibility will fade by the time you move out, unless you want to go do something with it.
No, I will not.
That's cool. Just wanted to give you that opportunity. Okay, so you're moving out. Is it the same order as normal?
Yeah, I guess I'll be at the front with Callum again.
Yeah, though I assume Chuck would probably be more in the middle.
Well, it's usually Chuck and Baracus sort of in the middle together.
I will take the middle.
Okay, so Chuck's up the back. As you sort of take up the rear position with Candle, he goes, just don't go disappearing again, right? Don't want to lose your kid.
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, you start making your way forward. So yeah, there's basically only like one main tunnel coming off of this area that you're in right now. It looks like the dwarves in this big area, like they've got little, like very short tunnels going off in different directions here. And then as you go across, it just turns left, and straight away you can see that like there's a tunnel, there's another offshoot going left, as well as it keeps on going, proceeding straight. Well, it sort of turns a bit right, to be fair. Who's leading the way?
Callum, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, start heading on, and once we've gone past the 2 left and 1 right tunnel, probably start keeping a bigger eye out and maybe even slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't take you very long to go past those tunnels, like a couple of 100 feet, and then they're all in the rear view. And it actually starts opening up quite significantly.
Okay, so how big are these tunnels?
They vary significantly. They don't get any shorter than 8 feet, but where you are now has opened up. It seems to be opening up into like a more natural cave.
Okay. Well, I guess we keep going, and I'll keep an ear out for any chittery kind of noises.
Hey, you guys can give me perception checks, because everyone can.
16 for Thistle.
17.
Anyone else do well?
20.
What'd you get, Chuck?
18.
18? Cool. So there's some pretty good perception checks all around. So you're looking around and you can't hear any skittering, but you can see different piles of disturbed dirt in between the stone. So for the most part, this cave is stone, but you can see different bits where the stone has been disturbed, or even like it wasn't even just patches of more natural earth. And amongst those, you can see like little piles where a creature is obviously burrowed up.
We know these guys can burrow, I'm guessing.
Yep, you had that explained to them, and some of you know about these creatures. And they were, when you fought them, they were like half in the ground.
Oh, yeah, cool. Maybe move through this room cautiously. They might pop out anywhere. Well, mainly in those spots we saw.
They probably feel our tremor. I would imagine they don't have much sight. I don't know what information, that sort of information would be used to you, but it's probably useless information, I suppose.
Are you suggesting
No, it's not useless.
we jump on our stomachs and slide across the ground? Maybe that would reduce. No, I'm not serious. I mean, my armor, heavy as it is, it's not going to help this situation in any case. I think we just go as slow as we can and be prepared.
Well, I'm ready, so let's just take it one step at a time.
So this cave opens up quite significantly. You could change your formation. There's more space where you don't have to be 2 by 2 as you have been. It seems to be opening up more to the east. And then there is like a big rock sort of pillar in the middle, almost going up to the ceiling. And then there is a bit burning off to the north but it's not as large a tunnel, but it's still relatively large.
Okay, so there's, besides the cave itself, there's only one exit to it.
Yeah.
We're kind of heading north, yeah?
It seems like you say you can go directly north into like a smaller section, or the bigger section goes east. And you're still seeing some of these holes every now and then, but you're not hearing any skittering activity.
Well, we should be trying to stay away from the big nest of it by the sounds. Sounds like it might be a bit too dangerous. Does it look like from these holes there's tracks going either way?
Give me survival checks. Anyone that wants to, I'll let a couple of people track.
I'm good at survival. I'll give it a go.
Natural 20.
14.
18.
Okay. What's your modifier? You got an actual
Plus
20.
1.
Plus 1? Cool.
21.
Okay. So yeah, they seem to be more concentrated in the sort of the middle section, which is like the section going east. You look like if you would go dip off into the north, you might. They seem to be like less concentrated in that area. And as you look off to the east, you see some more of these rock pillars as well. Sort of almost basically like really massive rock pillars joining the roof and the ground.
Can they see disturbed earth at the top of the pillars?
You wouldn't be able to. They're too tall. You'd have to kind of get up there to have a look.
Yeah.
Well, you could give a nature check.
I can give a nature check.
Yeah, I'd be asking you if anything, because it sounds like you found it.
18.
You think it's unlikely that they would be at the top of these pillars. One, you can't necessarily see the top of these, but you think a lot of them would join up with the ceiling. And you know that burrowing creatures would have a hard time getting through rock. They like to get through earth rather than rock. And so if the pillars were and stone and dirt in the middle rather than rock, maybe, but probably not.
They have a hard time getting through rock.
At least then hopefully we won't have any cakes jumping on us, just the carrion crawlers.
Yeah, I don't know how these creatures prefer to live and protect their terrain, but coming across both of them at once, I do not know how we'd fare in that predatory situation. Maybe it'd be good to whittle them down, perhaps slowly, quietly, until we find the brother.
Are we thinking check out this big cave or the path going off north or east, I think it was?
I feel north would be the way. What about you all?
I'll follow your instinct.
No, there is an argument for if he is indeed captured, he would not be at the nest, would he not?
Depends if they've captured him to store or captured him to eat straight away.
In both cases, he'd be pulled to where the majority would be. I feel that might be the east.
Okay, well let's go east.
Yep, let's head that way.
You head east. Cool. You start to move east throughout these tunnels, and you can notice that it is a bit more. It opens up again, and it starts curving north anyway. There are like little tunnels veering east in between these giant rock pillars. There are some smaller rock pillars as well, like things that you probably could climb, things that are only like 50, 60 feet off in the distance. But as you are moving through these certain things, give me perception checks. Actually, no, with those stealth checks, you feel them coming. You feel the ground rumbling beneath you, and I'll just take initiative rolls. These things are not sneaking up on you.
17.
13?
I got 14.
6 for me.
17 for me.
7.
Okay, so first up again is Tweak. And you can feel the ground rumbling, but you can't see anything yet. What would you like to do?
So it's my turn.
Yep, your turn.
I
You
can't
go
see
first. You
anything.
can't see anything, but you can feel the ground rumbling as You feel something coming towards you through the underground.
I will. Ready in action to attack whatever pops its head out. I'll hold a ray of frost.
Yep. What about your steel defender? Well, yeah, you could bonus action
Yep.
get it to do something.
So I'll get him to just stand and prepare to. Oh, you can take the dodge action.
Sounds good. Thistle.
Okay, can I like sense where these things are going to pop up or where the activity is
Give me a perception
in the
check.
ground?
Or survival. Or nature.
Okay. It's 14 plus 5, 19.
19. Yeah, you can sort of get a bead on where these things are coming up. So they're sort of like trying to sort of flank your group and get you guys caught in the middle.
Well, I'm just going to try my luck and I'm going to do my chill touch and I'm going to direct it in the direction that I can sense something.
Yeah, you still have to hold the action. You still can't see anything.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, I'll hold that.
Callum.
Well, unfortunately, she didn't tell us where they're coming from, so.
I would have.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. I tell you guys that they're trying to surround us.
Okay. With that new information, I will kind of put us, or go from the front and go more towards the side and maybe 10 feet out from Chuck. Have sword and shield ready. And I will take the dodge action as well.
Okay. Candle is there. Candle is going to like sort of fall back and put you guys right at the edge of his range and just hold his crossbow. And just be holding a shot. At this point, the ankegs pop out, and I'm gonna see who they go for.
Whack-a-mole.
Okay, so one erupts and erupts right in front of Callum. And then it basically is going to shoot its acid spray at Callum and Chuck. So I'm going to need a dexterity save from the two of you.
Ray advantage. Oh, you get advantage from dodging,
Yes.
don't you?
Yeah, for dexes, yep, absolutely.
That is so unfortunate. 13.
13 just passes.
Oh, and I beat that easy.
So it's 12 is the total, so 6 halved. As you get sprayed with acid damage, but you manage to shake the bulk of it off. And then the other one is going to break out and is going to go for Thistle. And I'm going to go to see who else it's... Because it can get in a line, so it can always get 2 people, really. Except it couldn't get Candle, so I'm just going to check. This one also goes for Thistle and Chuck. And so I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw again from the two of you.
So that's 18 for one dex save, and that was for the original one that was coming towards me. And for the second one, I got a 15.
Oh, no, you only have one coming towards you, sorry.
Oh, okay. It just
Chuck
sounded
has
like
2 coming towards him.
I pass again.
So that is half of 16 damage, so 8.
And does my action go off when I was preparing that action to chill touch one of them?
Yeah, so as does
Sweet.
Tweaks. So Tweak, do you want to go for the one that's going for Thistle, or do you want to go for the one going for Callum?
Go for the one going for Thistle.
Okay. What will your attacks?
I got 9.
9 misses, unfortunately.
I got 16,
That hits.
and I got 7 damage.
7 damage equal. Cool. But that's both. There's only 2, and that's their turn. Baracus.
Using what kind of powers my blind sight, do I get the impression that they have all popped up?
Yes.
At
You
least in
feel like
the
there's no more.
area.
You feel like there's no more coming.
Sure.
I did forget Candle's shot. Now that actually did connect. I'm gonna say that he's going for the one engaged with Thistle as well, because that'd be the one like in the back, and he's in the back. Because I feel like Callum would have advanced a little bit.
Yeah. So I
Great.
will. Is there any one at the edge or anything that I can get around?
I would say you'd easily be able to flank the one engaged with Thistle because that's more in the back. Probably, I say you could be able to flank either one of them. Actually, they're big.
Okay, so I think I'll go for the Callum one then. And before, as I approach, I will cast a hex on it.
Okay.
Necrotic. Yeah, that'll hit. Over 18. And, so 13, a lot.
13 damage. You come in slashing hard into this Ankeg from behind. Okay, Chuck.
I will try to mind sliver one of the end cakes.
Okay, which one? The one like in the back going for Thistle, or the one in the front with the melees?
The one in the front.
Okay, it failed. It is not very intelligent. It is particularly unintelligent, one would say.
Yeah, I mean that's why I go for mind
And
sliver on this.
I also
because
rolled
I
quite
roll
badly.
badly.
How much damage?
3 fire damage, 2 minus to their save.
3 psychic damage, I think you might mean.
Oh, sorry, psychic damage, yes.
All good. Cool, sweet. Did you do anything special with your movement?
Nope.
Okay, tweak.
I will shoot it with a ray of frost,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
of course my steel defender will attack after me. God, 11,
11 misses, unfortunately.
18,
18 hits.
10 force damage from the steel defender.
Force damage. With that, it sort of like just shrieks out in pain. It's quite badly hurt, but it's
And
still
I call
fighting.
around and say, when we drop it, make sure you harvest it for its parts.
Yeah, absolutely. Thistle. You're like
I'm
10
gonna-
feet away from one of these things right now.
I'm just going to chill touch it at the moment so I can prepare what I'm going to do next, my next action. So, there's a 15 hit,
Yes.
and that's 8 necrotic damage.
8 necrotic damage, and it cannot heal itself. Not that it's trying, but that's cool. Any movement or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to move myself so I'm out of their line. I don't want to be hit with that guck again.
Okay, it won't be, because it's a line attack, it'll be hard to do that, but you can sort of try to get,
Just reposition myself at an angle which is hard for them to get to me.
yeah, you can try. Yeah, you can try to do
Yeah.
that. Okay. That was, Callum.
Okay, so I'm currently flanking with Brachus.
Yeah.
So I will take a swing. That's a 13, so I think that misses.
Yes, misses.
Okay, so then after I take a swing, I will kind of wheel around so I'm next to him again. And
Yep.
yeah, I might even go past him a little bit so he's got free room to go around the other way.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, that your turn?
Oh, and also I'll use second wind as well.
Cool. The candle is going to line it up and take a shot. Sec with steady aim. That will hit. Okay, so he hits the one in the back, and it looks like it is on its last legs as he like gets a crossbow bolt right into a sensitive part of it. But it is still its turn, or their turn. They do not get their acid spray attack back. So the one in the back is just going to go for the steel defender since that's what's closest to it. And that is only an 11 to hit. And as that misses, it's actually going to start burrowing away, and the steel defender can take an attack of opportunity.
It 8 to attack.
8 to hit.
Yes.
That's on a miss, unfortunately. And this other one is going to pick between Baracus and Callum. That is Baracus, so it goes in to bite Baracus with a 16. I believe misses.
Winks off manual.
Yep, so that is a miss, and then it's your turn, Baracus. As this thing has just tried to grapple you in its massive insectoid mouth.
It did it. I will spin around, close the flank. Oh, just spin on the dice and dropped. Okay, so no, 11.
11 to hit, or not 11?
11 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately. Okay, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one that has a -2 if it's still available.
It is. You went for that one, so yeah.
Does it save?
What's your DC?
13.
It fails. But I had to check. It was close. How much damage this time?
-4 to the save.
How much damage was it?
6.
6. Ooh, max rolls on both. Nice. Good little cantrip. Tweak.
Yes! I will attack it with, of course, my favorite spell, Ray of Frost.
So you've got the one that's still there fighting, and you've got the one that ran away. You could try to chase the one that's running away, but like obviously it's gone underground. It would have a lot of cover. And it will soon enough just be away.
I will just take out the one we got in front of us. It was 19 hit.
It hits. Would hit the one in the cover as well. You know.
God damn it. 3 damage. And it's slowed. And my Still Defender will attack it.
Still Defender switches from the one hop to the other.
Yeah, to 19 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, sorry. I was saying 17.
That still hits.
Hits. 12 damage.
This one's looking kind of hurt as well. Thistle.
Okay, so which out of these pancakes is injured the most?
The one that ran away and is there's a lot of dirt in the way. You could try to take a shot, but it would be lots of cover. Or there's one still engaged with Callum and Baracus, and now the Still Defender.
You know what? I'm gonna go for the one that's near us instead. So I'm gonna pull out my quarterstaff and I'm gonna shillelagh and try and kill this thing.
Okay, you're gonna run up to engage in melee. You can do that.
Yeah. That's a 20?
That hits.
Yeah. And 7 plus 3 and 10 necrotic 10 damage. 10 bludgeoning damage, yeah.
Cool. So you're all just like swarming around this thing now. The 4 of you with Steel Defender, Thistle have joined Callum and Baracus, and Callum is up.
Cool. Well, I'm in the flank at the moment, so I'll take use of it.
I think the way you've got this around, you can all get a flank. You're just moving around, and you can sort of pick 2 people to be next to for your reaction.
I think I hit it with a 21.
Yeah. How would you like to kill it?
Oh, I got it, do I? I'll just go straight for a rapier straight in the eye. Hopefully go towards the brain.
Yep, it was getting ready, like it was shrieking out in pain from all the other attacks it's gotten, and it was sort of getting ready to bite at you, and then you sort of just stab at it right as it's going in for a bite. And we are out of initiative.
Quick!
Okay, Tweak, what do we need to do?
We need to scrap it and take its shell apart. Somebody could just get under the shell there and remove it. It could be crafted into something interesting.
Yes, I'm going to be say it's survival or
It's
medicine.
also acid.
You can try to harvest some acid potentially and the carapace, but if you let it sit for too long, the acid will just leak and destroy the carapace.
Can I remove the acid sac so it doesn't leak?
You can try. It's going to be survival or medicine, and if someone else has survival or medicine, they can assist to give advantage.
I will assist him. I'm good at survival.
Okay, let's roll each then.
Okay.
Well, I'll assist Thistle then.
Natural
Well,
one.
only one person. Only one person can sort of try to get the acid sac.
Okay, well, I'll re-roll the natural one. 5 plus 1, 6.
You gotta stop doing this.
So yeah, so Tweet gets really excited and goes to harvest the acid sac. And as you try to cut it out, you get really it starts spraying. Give me a dexterity save.
11.
Okay, now high or lows?
Hi.
Okay. So
A duck.
here's what happens. You get really excited and you run in and you sort of just get some sort of sharp object out. You start cutting in, you pull out this acid sac and you pull it out too hard and it just explodes in your face. And you take 12 acid damage.
Ah, not again.
But you got it out so quickly that it did no damage to the chitin, and you do have the chitin.
Success.
I suppose with that out, it's fairly easy to just carve that out.
How much damage did I take? 10?
12. I
12?
rolled two sixes on 2d6 and you failed the save. So you just took like acid to the face.
How's my face look? This someone.
You look gorgeous, but I can give you a rag so you can clean yourself up a little bit.
I think
I feel like I've lost some parts of my face.
I dare say you do deserve that a little. You should let the ones that are good with that kind of shit do it.
My dermal layer is on fire and you're patronizing me?
Yes, because you rushed in. You could have waited for Thistle or I to give it a shot.
This all helped.
But I think it would have been much more effective if you helped.
So once
Like,
you're done
maybe-
with Tweak there, can I help you get these chitins off? You
Yeah.
might be better with the final work.
Okay, yes, you can do that. That'll be good. Just take.
Are you going to be alright now, Tweet?
No, I feel like I've got no freckles left.
Oh, you got a couple still there. Just,
How are my liver spots?
where are they?
There's one with a bald patch just up here.
When you're ready, Tweak.
Ah. They're still there. Okay, Baracus, you needed me?
Thanks, Thistle. I'm lifting this thing, but where do we need to cut to get
I've
the
never-
best plate?
I've never dealt with these before, but I'm gonna guess maybe the soft and squishy spot, or maybe around there.
Just peel up one of the plates and cut under.
That helps too. Yeah, alright, we'll try what Callum said.
Okay, so give me a survival check with advantage if someone who is proficient in survival or medicine is assisting.
Okay, so is there anyone else here that's good at survival like me?
Yes.
Okay, can I get your help, please?
I'm gonna step aside and let Callum step in this.
I mean, you can have more people helping. Like it is a large creature, and it probably does help to have some muscle there, Baracus. But just sort of want someone with the skill to actually be able to help.
Makes sense.
Well, Baracus would be like pulling on it. We'll just be cutting away the flesh from underneath the chitin.
Yeah, we can Chuck are probably a bit small to help, but the still defenders got strong enough where you would be able to help with this.
I've got this side.
I rolled a 17 for survival.
17 for survival. Yeah, okay. You do a pretty good job of getting these plates off. You don't necessarily get the full chitin off, and you guys did, like, this is the one that was slashed and stabbed and it did take some psychic damage, but it was also smashed with a shillelagh. So it was a bit hard to work around some of that damage, but you have a decent number of shell. As you're getting you're probably about 3/4 of the way done. You probably spend about 15 minutes going through this thing. To the north, you hear a dreadful roar. Just start. Probably worse.
Did you
than-
guys hear that?
Could it be our friend that we're looking for? What's his name? Stonehammer?
Could be the one that ran away getting reinforcements.
One way to find out.
Were we taking anything else off this thing?
Quite heavy, so you'll have to figure out a way to carry it, or you could stash it for now and come back for it later, since you can't necessarily do anything with it right now. Your call. But I was planning on ending the episode on a tense note of like, you know, the shriek in the background. But that's cool. We'll end here, I think. That's it for this episode of the High or Lows podcast. If you'd like to get in touch, you can find us on Twitter at High or Lows with underscores between the words, or you can find me at Phoebster.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a 5-star rating and review, which is one of the best ways you can support us. You can also join the discussion on our Reddit and Facebook pages, or even our Discord server, and maybe play some games with us. Links can be found in the description below. Special thanks to Sirenscape for the background audio and Alex McPherson for providing the opening theme. I hope you can all join us next time as we continue on our adventure.